everyone. We are live from the Astraea SMP on Twitch and YouTube, and we have a lot of work to do. It's just never ending. It's never ending on this island. We're here in my greenhouse dome, admiring my cherry tree, and we are going to move immediately out back to the rest of the island, the northern portion of the island where I dug a river with TNT. Oh yeah, and if you attended my stream, everything's repaired. Yeah, what I'm standing on was a hole because I blew up everything accidentally I purposely put TNT in my shulker unloader, and it accidentally exploded based on loading and unloading chunks. I'll explain what happened in a second, maybe a little later in the stream. Hey Neon Fire, thank you for joining the stream. Hey Skulk, thank you for joining the stream. You guys are both on different services. Neon's on Twitch and Skulk is on YouTube. But thanks anyways for both of you guys joining the stream. Hello, RKZM. I don't know if we've chatted before, but thank you for joining the stream. Anyway, so yeah, I repaired everything. I blew up everything and then I repaired it. So, is that Mizzy Arcara? Sorry, Arca in game. Is that you in Twitch? Anyway, long story short, I blew up this whole thing. I repaired it. I didn't lose a ton. I actually ended up losing just this entire chest, which was before the accident. Let me put this on really quick. Before the accident, this was armadillo scoots. Yeah, armadillo scoots. So not a huge loss. Half of this chest, and I think half of this chest, or maybe all of this chest. The worst things that I lost was I lost all my I lost all my blaze rods and all my breeze rods, which I didn't have a ton. I did have quite a few blaze rods, so I just went to the shopping district and bought some. And I lost a bunch of blackstone. So that was it. Not a huge loss, but whatever. It is what it is. The worst loss was the actual shulker unloader. Let me go down there really quick just so you can kind of see. So yeah, this is toward the end of last stream. Not toward the end, it was the absolute end. I discovered that I blew everything up. But I did repair it and built it better than ever, so that will never happen again. At least I hope it'll never happen again. Frankly, I'm just going to avoid putting TNT in the system. But essentially, this dispenser right here is the culprit. So above this dispenser is a filter. There's a clock right here that basically tries to push from this dropper into this shulker items. And shulker boxes cannot enter other shulker boxes, therefore they go straight down after a tick. The trouble is when you unload and load chunks, the tick count becomes unreliable. And TNT entered this, got dispensed as fast as this observer clock can dispense things. So boom, 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 boom. A bunch of them exploded, blew up the whole machine. I added water, so even if TNT do explode, we're going to be safe. However, if I entered empty buckets into this system, there's a chance the empty bucket could pick up the water. So, this isn't the absolute end of the situation, but the water combined with this should be the absolute end of the situation because this is an ender pearl stasis chamber. So this is loading the chunks. So here's the chunk border. Actually, I don't even have that. F3B, I believe. Nope, that's F3G. Yeah, that's it. So unfortunately, I built this right in between two chunks. So hopefully this will just load the important chunk, which is the filter. And as long as that's constantly loaded, then we should be good to go. And I tested it by throwing a bunch of arrows, like a full 2 stacks of arrows, flew away and flew back and then flew away again. And all the arrows made it through this filter properly. So hopefully we're good to go. Who knows though? I'm pretty much just going to avoid putting TNT into the system. I'm just not going to take any chances. On to what we're actually working on though. Here's what we're working on. Let's run back here past my aspen forest into what I was using the TNT for. So I was digging this trench for this river. I worked all weekend on this river to complete it, but I started it a week ago and now this is where we're at. So yeah, I used the TNT to everything look like this. Essentially, it was just flat. I used the TNT to dig this trench all the way over here. And I think it turned out really good. So I kind of miscalculated a little bit as far as the elevation changes, because I wanted like little cascading falls, just little gentle cascading falls. It worked out that direction. This direction, though, I ended up having to kind of sacrifice the cascading falls. I have a few on this side. It looks really cool, but this little ancillary stream doesn't have one until it actually hits the edge. But I think it turned out really, really, really cool. I have this cool shading and stuff just to kind of show that the water is, you know, dampening the area. Made use of a lot of the coal ore block to fade it in. When you go back, you can't even really tell that that's coal ore block. But yeah, and then I went through and just completely lushified everything, adding all the leaves, mainly birch leaves, to the edges, sugarcane, grass, the mangrove muddy roots or whatever, podsole, just went all out. I tried to make some sense of the rock placement. I still want to make another pass, but the rocks are what is causing the river to go the directions that it's going. So as you can imagine, like, say this is where the spring starts, it pools up, and then it starts flowing this direction, hits this rock, and then makes a right turn, and then hits this rock, makes a left turn, and this rock makes a further right turn, you know, that kind of thing. So I think it turned out pretty good. It's not perfect. I want to add a little bit to this rock. I was looking at it just yesterday, and I just want to add a little bit. And then it splits right here. It splits to this direction as well. So this is like the spring, the kind of lake, which is why I titled the stream the way I titled the stream. So I've gotten this far. And I have some ideas that I want to share with you guys and see what your opinions are. Right now I don't have too many viewers, so maybe I might wait before I start anything, but essentially this huge open area, I thought that was a pink sheep right there, it's just a pig. This huge open area is not really, I don't really have a great idea for it. So my original plan was to make a forest, pretty much connecting all the way from this aspen forest over here. Not all aspens. I was thinking maybe I'd do a mix of evergreens like pines, firs, and spruce and stuff like that, and some deciduous trees like maples, oaks, you know, those types of things, sycamores and what have you. But the more I worked on this river, the more I fell in love with this approach. And I was thinking, hey, what if I just added some like wetlands or something, or a small pond over here, or, you know, utilize this area for more than just trees. And then I had a second thought, which is a bit of a competing thought, which is we have a barn here, and we have a little horse arena behind the barn, little vegetable garden, I guess you could call that. And I was debating, well, maybe I could add like a little wheat field, or just a couple little box gardens or something around here. And then maybe I could have a cabin, like right here or right here, something that would make a koi pond. I actually already have a koi pond. It's right over here. It's kind of connected to the greenhouse. Right now it's filled with axolotls that like to hide. But yeah, the original inception of this was a koi pond, a man-made koi pond that's connected to the greenhouse. So I was thinking maybe more of a natural lake or pond over here, or a cabin, or both. And then if it's both, it's like, okay, where do I put things? Like, you wouldn't have a cabin like hanging off the edge of this cliff. And over here would be kind of nice. However, my idea for this area is to have a burned out forest. So, I don't know if you want to build a cabin where, you know, one of the prime views is a burned out forest. But I mean, obviously the forest would be more of a recent burn, so, you know, it wasn't always like that. So I'm really debating what I want to do. There's also this entire area behind, where my original idea is to build like a fountain, like a really grand statue fountain kind of thing. That's actually the original design, or the snapping turtle I have as my nether portal was originally going to go here, but it ended up just way too large and just dominating the entire island because it's so big. But yeah, a fountain or statue over here, and then a beach over here. A really nice gradiated or one with textured and what have you beach over here. So maybe I could do a cabin over here, you know, given that would be quite a distance away from the barn, so it doesn't really make too much sense to have it like way over there. But anyway, those are my ideas. The more I think about it, the more I'm thinking like at least a small lake wouldn't hurt, like maybe right here, and then it's draining into, I got to make it go all the way over here to make it make any earthly sense. Or I guess I could have it drain directly into here and then just follow this little stream. I don't need to think too much about it as far as the reality of the situation, because it doesn't have to be lifelike. It is Minecraft. I need to be a little bit more flexible. First things first, though, I want to go through a flowery meadow. Is an idea that I floated out in my last video, my Q&A video. I floated that out there. That could be cool too, where it's more sparse trees, and has more flowers. At the same time, though, I think a flowery meadow would fit back here really well too, because I never anticipated that this would be like super forested. I was thinking, you know, we'd have a nice large fountain or statue, and then some, I don't know, some sparse trees or something like that. Yeah, small lake with firefly bushes and a cozy cottage. Yeah. That's what I think I'm gonna go for. I just need to figure out exactly where I place it, how I place it, and stuff like that. Probably right where the frog's standing, like just something small, like right here. I might cut back this hill just a tad, or just get rid of it. I don't know. No, I guess I wouldn't have to do too much. I just don't know if it would really make too much sense to have, you know, a 1 meter lift and then a lake. You know, usually the ground kind of goes down where the lake, so maybe I would cut this back, or I could cut this back here, and there would be a little weird hill there. Anyway, before we get to that, I want to go through and I want to invert the hill into a lake. That would be the idea. I don't know if I want the lake that big and centered though. I need to grab some string. That's what I keep on saying. I need to grab some string, because I'm going to go through and make it so the sugar cane isn't all 3 high. It looks a little too uniform. I'm going to go through and clean that up a little bit. I just put that sugar cane down yesterday or the day before, and right now it's not really looking as good as it can look. So I just want to kind of vary it a little bit, like, you know, have a 3 high and then 2 high, and then, you know, stuff like that. And then maybe this one will be just 1 high, and then this one will be 2. Yeah, that's cool. Just some variance. I hate when everything looks exactly uniform. Where else? These guys over here. And over here. Make half the hill of rock so it looks more natural. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Yeah, I like that idea a lot. Oh, whoops, wrong place. Cool. This is the burn section, so I'm thinking that the sugarcane will be a little bit more stunted over there. Like things are just fighting back after the burn kind of thing. I like that though. That is a really good idea as far as the rock, because that would make a lot more sense in the physical world why the lake hasn't cut through the dirt. I might even be able to extend that rock that I was originally talking about. All right, let's leave those two. It's all right to have a couple 3 high. And then this where it gets a little crazy, let's do that, and then another 2. Let's leave those guys, and then a 2. I like these, I like these. Ooh, this is perfect. There. Nice, 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 nice. Very, very varied. Cool. All right, yes, let's go back. Let's talk about the rock idea. Good idea, you guys are coming through. Hey, Nusi, thank you for joining the stream. Surprised to see you here. So here is the rock I was talking, or this one, this rock right here. This is kind of far away though. Maybe it was that other one. No, it was this one. My fault. Too many rocks. All right, so yeah, this one I could extend it into this hill a little bit, then cut the lake right here, pond, whatever you'd want to call it. And then, yeah, so I just need to kind of invert this land. I don't want to invert this because I don't want the lake to be too prominent. I want it to kind of be off to the side because, again, I want to give myself the availability of doing a cabin. And the cabin, if the lake was like right here, then I could make a cabin right here, even on the uneven land, because I was modeling some cabins from Isle Royale, which is a national park in northern Michigan, and they have a bunch of rustic cabins that were built in like the 30s, which is pretty much the time period for my island. And I could do like little stilts, basically imitating those, because they have a very similar, like very rocky, uneven landscape at Isle Royale. So that's what I was thinking. All right, so let's just start doing that. Let's break out the TNT. First, I'll dig out this grass, because again, grass is a precious resource, so I want to do that first. Thank you for the compliment. Yeah, I worked since Monday on the river after blowing up my storage facility and then rebuilding what I blew up. But yeah, I think it turned out really good, really good. There is a nether portal hidden under there. It's my nether portal that does not spawn on the actual roof. Spawns actually in the regular nether. But yeah, I think it turned out really, really cool. I'm still making some passes and stuff. I still want to do a couple trees, couple more trees, couple, just a little bit more. And then when I add the burn forest over here, it's gonna totally transform things. So that's why everything is, all the lushness is just on this side. I didn't really get too crazy on this side as far as the reeds and the grass and all that stuff. Okay, so let's grab some, well, let's get, yes, I do watch B-dubs. Isn't it obvious? I don't imitate B-dubs though. He's actually from the same state as me. We don't live that far apart when it comes to like internet distances. We live fairly close, like within a few hours drive. Not that I'm a stalker or anything though. In any regard, yeah, let's just carve this in. I'm gonna follow the same line as this. My trees are similar to B-dubs, really? B-dubs he's been using no branches in his trees. He does the trunk and then he just does basically leaves around it, except for his evergreens. His evergreens he does, I guess, a little bit more similar. But yeah, I could see that. I could see the comparison. it's hard to do natural things and not get compared to B-dubs. to be frank. Yeah, it depends on the season, exactly. By season, you mean like the Hermitcraft season? Yeah. Not as funny as B-dubs, though. Not only can he build great, but he's hilarious as well. I agree, Newsy. It would be a crime not to watch B-dubs, for sure. Especially if you're into building at all in Minecraft. I don't know how you would avoid it, really. Alright, simple, 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 and then, again, we'll extend the rock a little bit over here. Might even give it that bend. Maybe, maybe not. Let's just clear that out for right now, and then we'll decide later. Alright, I don't know how deep I want it. I'm thinking like maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 blocks deep. It's not too shallow, but not too deep either. Yeah, I'll just start right here. I want it to be a slightly gradual on this side. And then it'll probably be a little bit more stark on this side, because that'll be where the rock is. So it kind of ate all the land away except for the rock. And then I have to connect a stream from this lake or pond into this stream. And that shouldn't be too hard to do. That's actually cool, like symmetry-wise too. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, I don't want to get too close to that tree, this aspen tree, because I think that might look a little strange. Should I wrap it around here and then... I'm debating whether I want to like wrap it around here and then kind of go in this direction. I am not using shaders now. Oh, what do you mean by that? If I'm using shaders or not? Like Axiom, like for auto shading, that kind of thing, or? Oh, I don't have Fulbright on. I'm just regular old vanilla. I have bushy leaves, vanilla tweaks, bushy leaves. That's about the only, and 3D stuff for like the trapdoors, but that's the only real tweaks that I have visually. Oh, you're using Fulbright. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do have my brightness down to 30% too in my settings. So I always do that. That's a B-dubs special right there. I think he even goes lower. But I think that makes things look a little bit... I mean, it's the opposite of Fulbright. Just things look a little bit more moody, I guess. Might even extend like a rock over here. I don't know if it's too small. I mean, it's like a fishing hole. That's the debate. Do I want it to be a fishing hole, or do I want it to be like a pond, you know? Also, it doesn't have to be one. Like, I could do like a little thing here too. Like this is like a little, I don't know, wetlands area or something. I think I'm gonna dig this out. Yeah, this has got to look really weird with Fulbright. I don't even know how it would look. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. And let's just cut this around so it's kind of following the contour of that. All right, now that gives me a lot more freedom to kind of shape this how I want. Oh, thank you. The music is mine, which you knew that I create my own music. This is another chill one. I have some little bops and then some little chill ones and stuff. Just trying to keep it diverse, keep it dynamic. All right. Thank you so much for the music compliments. That's my superpower, because, you know, I can't be hilarious like B-Dub, so I have to make up for it elsewhere. Okay, this will be cool. The water level will have to be here. Actually, the water level will be even lower than that. All right, let's just keep on digging and we'll figure something out. We're gonna figure this out, guys. I don't like this. I don't like how close that gets, but I could do the rock trick here too. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Where I'm standing. Because I have a feeling if a lake really did exist here, it would just wear away. You know, when it has this elevation, this contour, it would just wear it away and then have a little, it would all get drained basically. So some rocks that are holding things in place makes sense. And if you can't tell, I kind of tend to lean into the realism maybe a little too hard at times. It's a cool shape though. It's like a Nike swoosh. I'm not affiliated, promise. I'm not even a fan of the brand. That would be the water level right there. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone on Earth capable of replicating B-Dub's humor, for sure. For sure. He is one unique character, that is for sure. Him and Corrales, man, they're both, as far as, you know, Hermitcraft, they are just hilarious. I just was watching a Corrales video, I think, yesterday. Or no, I watched B-Dub's video yesterday and Corrales' video yesterday, their most recent ones, and it was like, they literally had me laughing. Those guys are hilarious. And Corrales, all his mispronunciations of things that are sometimes like, okay, are you just putting this on, or are you actually pronouncing this like for real, pronouncing it like mangrovey and stuff like that, or shishwami and stuff. It's the times you kind of get tricked, like, wait, are you for real? Hey, birdie. This is funny because I laid all this stone out. For anybody who is familiar with my channel, this entire island was mountainous and I had to, I blew it up. I completely leveled everything. So all this stone was laid out by me months ago, almost a year ago now, and now I'm just digging it up. This is good. This is exactly what I was hoping for. It just gives it a, I don't know, a unique character. And it makes sense because you'd have like these spillage areas and stuff like that. Like, I'm thinking maybe somewhere over here there's like a couple fresh springs or something that are just pooling water. Yeah, this is... Sometimes I have to convince myself of things as well. But I think this is good. Let's see how deep we want to get. This might be as deep as... Well, maybe I can get a little deeper over on that end, this end. Yeah, and let's give this a little bit more of a shape. It's not such a huge stretch of straight. That's cool. That'll work. And then maybe just on this end we'll have a slightly deeper divot. Now we could probably carry it a little bit. We've been having these like little things like this. That'll work. I don't know why I'm picking up the stone. I already have too much. I really need to get rid of it. But creature of habit. All right. Oops. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6, 5 or 6, depending on where I start the water level. That'll work. That's quite simple. I hate that, so I'm gonna place a block right there. This will probably be a rock that I'm standing on right here. Something along the lines of like this or this or this. Yeah. We are golden. Okay, let's get the mud and all my texturing blocks and start getting to work. All right. Maybe I should do like a little spillage, like right over here too. Actually, I do need to figure out how I want to connect it as well. Suppose I don't have to connect it necessarily either. Like, that's not an absolute necessity. Could very well be the underground thing. Like right here. This is natural. This is natural gen. This weird hole here. But, you know, it could be this is what connects to it, you know? It's like a little underground cave thing. Kind of like that idea better, though, than forcing a stream in. Yeah. Yeah. I've convinced myself. That's what we're doing. Let's pop all this stuff back. Yeah, I agree, Nusi. I agree. Nusi said the shape of the lake looks a bit like where the river used to turn, but then did the horseshoe thing and formed a lake instead. I hope that makes sense. There's a term. Yeah, I can't recall that term either, but I know exactly what you're talking about, and it does give that feel a little bit. It looks natural, which is really the most important part. It looks like it belongs there. It doesn't look like this weird oddball thing. Oxbow Lake. Oh, is that what is that the technical term? Is an oxbow lake? Certainly has that shape. Like what I would always hear consider an oxbow. I'm not an expert on lake terminology, but let's go with that, birdie. Let's go with that. Sounds great. Okay, what am I doing? I need mud. I need, probably gonna need more of that. Whatever, I'll just take all of it. And then I need blackstone. I like to do the blackstone in spots, especially when you put water over everything. It really gives a cool variance. And then that's probably all I'll need just to get the lake basically textured, and then I'll have to go from there. This is definitely not going to be a single stream event because this takes a while, as those of you that have landscaped and terraformed fully understand. This takes a while. A lot of trial and error. So typically I like to just lay down mud first, like a full layer of just mud, and then I'll go back and texture on top of that. So just remove the mud. Mud's really quick with a shovel, so it's a nice starting block, and the majority of the lake bed or river bed will be mud. At least I find that looks pretty convincing. So that's how I approach things. At least the layers that are going to be underwater. The only thing that's weird about mud, though, is it's not a full block, so sometimes, like, when you're placing things, like, you have to kind of jump and stuff. It's very odd. Like, you can't walk up a stair. Like, if this was a stair right here, and I was on this, you can't walk up. You gotta jump. Mojang, I swear. That, and I love the sound. The squishy sound that it makes when you place it. Make mud slabs, please. Yes, I mean, let's be honest. Slabs, stairs, walls. Come on. Let's extend those shapes to more blocks. Especially things that like sand, for instance, sand, dirt. We should be able to layer it like we layer snow. Like, at least a slab would be cool, but I mean, really, we should be able to really layer it because it's similar. I was on Blue Sky today, and I don't know if you guys know Realm News, but it's a gentleman named Greg, and he has a podcast, and he suggested. Maybe it wasn't his suggestion. Anyway, there was a suggestion of shooting stars in Minecraft, and it's like, that would be absolutely awesome. And if they like drop something, just be cool. So cool. Like, it would give you way more, incentivize you for, staying up and, the night sky and stuff. Just like a random shooting star. That would be awesome. I think it was a comment on a post toward Jeb, and it was somebody trying to bring in like weather that would damage things, like some mod, like a tornado mod or whatever. And Jeb mentioned, well, they don't want to do anything destructive, like lightning is enough for them. And then someone else pointed out, well, we could do, meteorites or shooting stars, what have you. And that would just be really cool. More sky activity exactly would be really cool. I know there's that plugin or a mod rather that allows you to see real constellations in the sky. That's kind of cool. Already looking good. Just a layer of mud. Whoop. Weather damage could be super cool if you can make it weaker and stronger without needing cheats on. Yeah. Mojang, they have some strange rules that they like, you know, the whole debate about creepers wouldn't exist, or Jeb actually said that, you know, creepers probably wouldn't exist with their current rule set. Things like that, anything that like causes any damage that's outside of the player's control, I don't think is ever going to get brought into the game in modern times. I'm surprised we even, when we get a hostile mob, you know. But if you notice, like anytime we do, like the creaking or what have you, it's only mobs that you can avoid. Like obviously the creaking is very easy to avoid. Just do not enter the pale forest at night. Yeah, lay your stuff up. I mean, sometimes though, they can still surprise you. Or just be like me and just blow up your base yourself. No creeper involved at all. Just think you're better than you are at Redstone. I don't know, the game, it's a sandbox game, but at the same time, you know, you can't please everyone. The people who are playing, you know, hardcore and they want the challenge and stuff, you're never going to be able to please those people and please like creative mode, you know, people. I'm already out. All right, let's just start doing some, I'm going to place these back just so I don't forget. Let's start doing some blackstone just so I can save a trip. That is what mods are for though. I agree. I fully agree. As far as bringing in those light dangers and stuff like that. Stuff outside of Mojang's comfort zone. Then you have bedrock jumps. Yeah, but they have all the marketplace stuff. I mean, I know there's costs associated with it, but, you know, whatever. Let's just do a little bit here and then finish mudding. We're going mudding. All right, here we go. Actually, I'm already going up one layer higher than I usually do, so I won't even need to do that because that's usually reserved for my Potsa layer and the muddy mangrove roots. Let's start doing that a little bit too. Well, actually, no. Is it? Is it now? Because where is my water level? Is it here? Yeah, so this will be the Potsa, this layer. So yeah, let's just continue clearing out the mud here. You think Nusi sorry, lost track of thought. Nusi in YouTube said she has big hopes for the summer drop. It's historically always been the biggest update during the year. Do you think they're going to add more than what they already announced during Minecraft Live? Is that what you're implying? Oh, you think there's going to be more to the Chaos Cube? The sulfur cube guy or whatever. I was a little taken back by the sulfur cube. I don't know if you guys know me as a creator, but I kind of, you know, pioneered that whole hitting armadillos shuffleboard thing, and they literally showed shuffleboard. I'm like, come on, guys, throw me a bone here. I mean, they're totally not going to... Mojang is not going to approve of my abuse of armadillos. I totally, fully understand, but it would have been cool just to have like a quick screenshot of my shuffleboard. And I know I'm not the first person to do shuffleboard, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only person that did shuffleboard with armadillos in the way that I'm doing them. So, whatever. Oh, should be either one block higher or lower than the river. Oh, as far as the water level. So the water level on the river's right here. I think it'll end up being one block higher than the river. I'm not too worried about that though. Actually, what are we on? What are we on? So this would be 78. And the river water level at this point, at least, is, yeah, one below. So that's 77. So that'll make sense. That would make sense. I think we're good. I do agree, Newsy, though. They do have a tendency, Mojang, that is, to squeeze in some, like, unexpected things into these drops that are pretty significant. So I don't think it's just going to be the sulfur caves and that sulfur cube for sure. But who knows what they have cooking. All right, let's add a couple more of these bad boys. Just vary it here and there. How are we doing? I think we're already doing pretty good. Something right there. Where was that? There. Yes, I'm this picky. I have problems. Okay, and then just a little bit over in that area. Probably good. Yeah, there we go. That's good. All right, now let's go through and start removing the mud that we just put in and replacing it with the muddy mangrove roots, at least in spots. Oh yeah, I need to grab I like to do a little bit of, I think it's brown terracotta as well. I think that also mixes really well. Here? No. And here. Yeah, just stuff like that. Or just little muddy edges. We're doing good, guys. We're doing good. And this desperately needs this big straight edge here. Cool. Alright, this song is my favorite song that I've done. My skateboard, or not skateboard, my Pigman. Do a song for like each. Oh, thank you, whoever slept, probably a birdie. I appreciate it. Not that you're just doing it for me, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Yeah. We're doing good. I love the lightning bolt. I actually got that from Pixel Riffs in his survival guide. He was talking about blending, and he said, you know, he uses this shape quite often. And it's like, you know, you're right. You're right. That does work. It works really well. So it's kind of my default go-to when I'm struggling to come up with a texture. So this is going to be easy for the potzel, but it's going to get a little hairy around here. I might actually just extend the potzel like out. Maybe even do like a rock here. That gives us enough room to do a cabin maybe here. If I even choose to do the cabin, I'm not even 100% certain that the cabin is necessary. Because again, the whole point of this is a park. But I was thinking like, you know, maybe this barn and a cabin existed pre-park. Maybe, you know, through eminent domain or whatever, or maybe the landowner of this island, you know, maybe they had a farm here and they sold it off to the state or whatever. I don't know. Again, I'm thinking too much about this crap, but my thought again aligns with like, okay, would a cabin even exist? Does it make any sense to have a cabin there? All right, I think we're good there. Let's make a pass straight around with potzel. We're probably gonna run out. You want to do that? Probably gonna run out, but again, I like to just do it uniformly as first and then texture afterward. And I know I'm not the only person that does that. What am I doing? Oh, the only risk here, though, is I accidentally turn these into path blocks. I've done that before when I start right-clicking like that. Okay, I guess I'll just do like 2 layers on this side. Already looking pretty good. I love how the potzel makes the lake look, or pond or whatever, look wider than it is. You know, when you do the edges like this. Might even keep the contour of the hill and then just add potzel in this layer too, just to show that it's kind of soaking through. Or there's the rock idea as well. I think a rock would be even more fitting. Let's just carry on though. My wayward son, and then that'll be peace when you are done. I am pretty excited about that cube though, the sulfur cube. That is going to be really, really fun. I mean, immediately I already have the shuffleboard game that it'll apply to easily. But, you know, curling and stuff like that, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect for little games like that. Wait. Did you guys just see what happened? I don't know if that was just like a bug, but it's like I placed grass blocks and they immediately turn into potzel. I think I actually had potzel in my hand, though. I think it was just a visual glitch. I think. My eyes are playing tricks on me. Boink. Yeah, but Protzel can only spread to grass when you have when you plant a 4 tall spruce, right? Like it can't just spread like that. Like what happened just then. Really? Alright. Let's just add some, how did I do it over here? Yeah, let's just add some coarse dirt here and there. Right, maybe right here. Yeah, I might be wrong. I thought it was just the only way to generate Potzel is to do a 4 tall spruce. Or 4 wide spruce, not 4 tall. Jeez. Do-do-do-y. But I might be wrong. I think it was just a visual glitch. I think it was like the server, I don't know how it happened, but the server like updated or something. Because I'm pretty sure I had that Potzel selected. We can review the stream, the VOD later. I mean, I definitely saw it flash in front of my eyes just for like a couple frames that it was green and then it turned to Potzel. But however, I think I actually had it selected in my hotbar. The Potzel, that is. But who the heck knows? This game, it can be weird. It's not like flawless in any stretch of the imagination. Especially not when you have like server software and all that nonsense. Which me and Birdie have our fair share of experience dealing with. Especially this server. There's been a lot of glitches. I still think there's a glitch of zombie or the zombie coral, whatever, Nautilus. I literally live next to a warm ocean, you know, a coral reef, and I have yet to see one of those guys spawn. And I have tried. I've been out there night after night after night after night, and they're not spawning. So I haven't seen a jockey, like, you know, like a zombie riding one. Only regular Nautilus have spawned. Yeah, I haven't seen a normal one or a coral one exactly. And me and you combined probably have like, geez, over 10 hours of looking for these stupid things. Maybe even longer. Because I know that when we first updated 1.21.11, you were out for quite a while. And then a couple weeks after, like, just decided I'm gonna find one, that's it, you know, I'm dedicated. Nope. I even did the scaffolding trick where I was just like stationed looking down with my hitboxes on just to see if anything spawned, you know, and tons of regular Nautilus spawned all day long, but I could not get a zombie one whatsoever. All right, we're looking good. We're looking good. I think I'm gonna do the rock thing right over here. I'd even kind of wrap it around. Yeah, I agree. Found it in like a half hour in Solo World, yeah. And that's what I've experienced, you know, just like watching YouTube videos. Like people are like, oh yeah, it took me a while, like 45 minutes. Like, man, I was searching for hours and I didn't even see one. All right. What's next? Let's get a little bit of this spread upward. Just to make it match a little better, so it's not so uniform. I gotta go. No, I do have more. Good, good, good. I was about to say I have to go grab some more, but I don't. That's good. And then maybe a little bit over here and over here. That is one danger about building these like wooded areas though. I'm basically building like little mini mob farms left and right. Really close to my base, so Yay! Oh. Thank you, birdie. I know it was you. Let's just try this. Birdie, I'm working on a new game, so something else for you to get hooked on. It's loosely inspired by Space Invaders. I love taking like the classic games and making them in Minecraft, and I know other people have done that, Space Invaders specifically, but mine's better. It's pretty cool too. It's pretty cool. Space Invaders is goated. I mean, as close as you can make to Space Invaders. You know, basically as similar as Pigman is to Pac-Man. Like, it's not, certainly not Space Invaders, but it's, you know, got that kind of basic tower defense kind of vibe to it. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. And just searching for any violations of a rule that I have, which is if you have a vertical wall, like say this podzol is sitting directly on mud, it can't. Like I need to put a muddy mangrove root beneath it. But because this is not so vertical as the river, I think I'm safe. All right, now I need to, I think I'm gonna do some coarse dirt on this side. And then I need to get my rock materials. Like I wanna do coarse dirt like here. Ooh, don't have that much left. Now I'll put grass on top of this, like actual grass, like too tall, that type of grass, to make it blend a little bit better. Oh, did not mean to do that. And then maybe right over here, another lightning bolt. This might get totally dug up in a second, but that's good. Hey, what are you doing, Ocelot? Why in there? Man, you're just a mess. Operation Save the Ocelot. Go this way. Go this way. You'll be fine. No, not. Stop fighting the current, silly. There, you're fine now. See? You're welcome. Dude. Okay, good. All right, let's put these blocks away. Oh, yeah, I want to grab some brown terracotta. At least I think it's brown terracotta. Whoops. Regular dirt? No, I do not. Podzol away. Coarse dirt away. Blackstone, mud. Mud, that, and then... if this fills up my stone supply, I'm gonna just like toss that stone. Okay, yeah, because this is my stone supply right now. I have too much stone. Okay, let's grab, yeah, brown terracotta. I like this as just an accent. It's very similar in saturation and hue and value and chroma to the podzol, to the top of the podzol, but it blends. It just kind of makes things look a little, I don't know, less uniform, I guess. It's a little more saturated than the podzol, if I'm honest, but I think it gives it a cool, like, kind of mucky, kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, like clay kind of mucky vibe, especially when it's underwater. I have it over, I can't even really tell, but like right over here. When I have shaders on there, you can tell a little bit better. I really don't like the super blue of Minecraft water, to be honest with you guys. I was debating on whether to go straight B-dubs, and see, that looks really, really cool. Looks like the slicky kind of clay mud. I was debating on doing the whole straight B-dubs where I would use glass as opposed to the water. But with the Mojang talking about adding vibrant visuals, I was like, nah, let's not. Because vibrant visuals, I mean, people actually complain about it. The water looks more clear and less super blue. But they haven't mentioned that in Java in like almost a year of bringing it into Java. They've obviously mentioned the whole Vulkan thing, but they haven't mentioned anything about if that's going to lead to vibrant visuals for Java. But I actually do like to play around with shaders here and there. I think it's nice. And I know it's a controversial take. Some people hate the shaders and what have you. But the primary reason I don't play with them constantly is because of performance. Yeah, exactly. Like lakes and rivers and stuff like that are just vaguely blue, if blue at all. Like most rivers near me, I live in Michigan. I mean, they're muddy half the year. They're not blue at all. It's not until they become really, really large that they end up being more blue. I think that's all I need for the brown terracotta. It's just a couple little spots. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I agree. As long as you can turn vibrant visuals on and off, there is no reason to complain. Yeah, all the people like on Bedrock and like really old devices that were just left and right complaining about vibrant visuals, like that's such a performance. Like, what did you expect? I mean, it's a shader. It's like your device, you know, 15, 20-year-old device is not going to run it. Sorry. And I like the standard, you know, look of Minecraft. Don't get me wrong. I think shaders really add a dimension to things that I just really like seeing the shadows of this, you know, from the sun. Like that's my main thing. I can bake shadows into my builds all day long and be happy about it, but when like this greenhouse, when you turn on shaders, I'll do it right now. It's gonna totally tank my frames because I'm streaming, obviously. But I love this. I love that. It's just so rad to me. Sorry to be like using a boomer term here. Oh God, it's gonna make me sick though, the frames. But yeah, I just love that look. It's just so cool to me. Anyway. Actually, complimentary, even though it's like one of the lighter shader packs, I think it's a little too much though. Like what I've seen in Bedrock Vibrant Visuals is to me pretty dialed in with the look that I really like, which is very subtle. You know, you get the sun rays, you get the God rays and everything, but you don't get the overwhelming, you know, what do you want to call it? Like the overwhelming like color changes or contrast or what have you. It's a little bit more subtle. That's I agree with you there, Birdie, as far as why they're adding Vulkan for Vibrant Visuals. It's just very odd that they haven't mentioned Vibrant Visuals in a while. Like they've teased it out, you know, a year ago or whatever, and they really haven't mentioned it by name for Java since. Unless I'm missing some communications. What am I looking for? I need insights. Oh yeah, Pale Oak. I think, or not Pale Oak, Pale Moss. Yeah, I just went to Sam's shop. Sam's on Rex has the Moss shop. I'm totally missing something, but let's go back over here and see. All right, we got a blocked message. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that in Twitch. All right, what did I miss? Oh yeah, that. Yes, I need mossy cobble. Shoop. Really? Did I use it all? Alright, let's just make another stack. I don't even know if I can make a stack. I don't know if I have that much moss left. I do. Yay. Boom. Alright, that should do it. Alright, let's see if we can do like a nice little rock feature on that side. That's quite a view though. I would build a cabin here. So I can see my arcade. That is really cool looking though. Whoa, whoa. Alright, here. Maybe kind of centered right here, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. I'll just lay down some stone, see what happens. This is another one of those where I just will do straight stone initially, and then I'll start adding the texturing afterward. Yeah, because it needs to be a little bit more vertical, like have a reason why, you know, like a dam, like it blocked the water from creeping that direction. Then we'll go down here. Yeah, let's build it a little taller. That looks like crap. Trust the process. And then I'll kind of have it peter out to this end. Maybe I'll have it wrap a little too, like right here. I don't want it to turn a corner exactly though. I want it to kind of have a more of a graceful turn than just like a stark 90 degree. Thank you, Nusi, for attending the stream. Have a good night too. All right, maybe down here. Yeah. Yep. And then I'll just have some scattered like little boulders like I do here, where they just kind of fan out. I think I need to extend it just a little bit though. That's cool. Maybe I'll make it one more tall. Or one more tall. Maybe I'll make it one higher. Yeah, that's cool. Cool. And then we'll have something like that maybe. That might be where the half slabs are introduced. Yeah. Yes, I am digging up this stuff that I'm a little bit more particular in using stone as the filler. Yeah, we're doing good, we're doing good. And here. Okay, that breaks my rule. That would have to be... My rule is you wouldn't have stone sitting on dirt like that. Here, though, that doesn't break the rule. I'm a man of rules. All right, let's break the rule and then... Yeah, that's cool. All right. This side. We're good, we're good. This is gonna get like really fieldstony right here, I think. I still need to go out with like buttons and pressure plates and stuff like that to really get that convincing fieldstone look to things. Let's do it right here. Actually, that would be a good opportunity for like a button. All right, that I think is good for the basic shape. And now we go back through and all the top bits, not all of them, but a lot of the top bits we will transform into andesite. And we might do a couple andesite slabs as well. Yep, like that. Maybe a stone slab here. All right, and then the lower bits we will use tough primarily. So the parts that are underwater and worn out from the water. All right, we're stealing that. I had to pay for that mud. From Dog Shop. We'll just like Dog on the server. It's a player with a mud shop. Where's the layer then? Here, so let's... These two will also be... Yeah, actually for that matter, let's do that. And like that, and... Okay, I'm already gonna have to flip a couple of these into mossy cobble. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let's do mossy cobble right here just to get that pattern going. Maybe I'll do another one of these. And then here also sneak one in. Whoop. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, this will make more sense when you actually have water in it too. Because that's where the water line will be. Cool, cool. And then on these outer ones, I also like to use the mossy cobble here and there as well. Just to blend in with the grass. And here I will use a couple pieces of andesite right here as well. andesite, and then let's do mossy cobble. What if we do... Loving it. Loving it. Okay, and then we will take the pale moss and replace these surface level ones so I can place grass on them. Essentially, that's my little trick here. Might even do one of them snuck in here as well, just to provide a nice shade. No, I don't like that at all. I don't like that. All right, one other little thing I'd like to do, actually let's do one of these, is bring out a couple of these as if the wall is kind of breaking apart. All right, and then last but not least, I'm gonna pop one of these on top. Yes, 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 and yes. Let's do another andesite here, and no, not there, not there, not there, not there, no, no. Ugh, get up. And where's my big full block andesite? Boom. Yeah, we're good. We are good. We're good, good. All right, I think we're ready to like put the water in. I do maybe here. Yeah, I need to make that pass go through and add buttons and pressure plates, stone buttons and pressure plates, and black stone buttons and pressure plates as well, just to get a little bit more variety. Yeah. It's like a shoe. Oh, that's funny. It's like a men's shoe. I was a fine arts major in college, and I remember one of the assignments in, like, this is early, like design one, drawing one, you know, one of those early drawing courses. One of the assignments was to create a powerful design, a very attractive design, I should say, using abstract shapes. So nothing that could be recognizable. You know how hard that is? Because no matter what you put on a piece of paper, it's like a Rorschach test, you know, you're going to see something in it. Like, and it's basically subjective to hope that the teacher doesn't see something in it, you know? I don't know, that looks like you're drawing a cat. I'm like, I'm not drawing a cat, it was just an abstract shape. This looks a little boring here, but I might be able to make that look less boring with some grass and stuff. One thing though, yeah, I don't, oh, I do have some of that, good. I'd like to maybe, just to blend this a little better, maybe just two. Let's go for the trifecta. Yeah, that's cool. Just to make it look like that dirt is kind of falling into the pot cell a little bit. Okay. All right, let's get some buckets of water. Let's just fill it in, and then we'll might bring some bone meal over and start doing some basic stuff. I don't think we're gonna be able to finish because we only have a little bit left in the stream. I guess about 20, I don't know, about a half hour or so, maybe 20, 30 minutes. Might be able to finish it. Not sure. I thought I heard something. It startled me. I did. I heard these guys opening and closing chests left and right. Boop, boop. Pale moss, tough. You know, let's just use this as is intended. Let these guys sort it out. Bone meal. No, water. Water. That's it. There we go. I don't know if all of you have done this before, but the trick basically is to fill it up one layer at a time. Create a bunch of infinity pools, basically, you know, like not infinity pools, what am I looking for? Unending water supplies, whatever things. And then, you know, do this layer up, 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 or else you'll end up with a lot more work than it's worth. Come on, right there. Really? That was an infinity. That was an infinite source of water. There we go. All right. Those are filled, and then we work to the next layer. Not the most thrilling content to watch, I know. Get over there. Alright, I think that's good for that layer. Then we go up one. Hey, Cat, how you doing? Oh, that was a good one. Filled in a bunch. Oh, I don't know what I just did with there. That did not work. Okay. Words did not work either. I don't know what I did with there. I don't even know what I said. All right. Looking good. Yeah, already it's just like, it's looking perfectly in place. Before all the foliage and everything. It's already looking really good, I think. Get over there. One more level, right? Yeah, one more level after this. Jeez, hopefully no one gets motion sickness. I apologize. This is this is rough. But I'm trying to do this as efficiently as possible, and this seems to be the approach that works. Get up there. Really? Oh, that was it? Cool. That was an easy one. All right, next layer. Next and final layer. Thank you for sleeping, birdie. Oop. Breaking the source. Oh, we're good. Just needed a second to catch up. We're good, no flowing water. Nice. Very, very nice. Forgot to grab bone meal. Let's just grab a stack. All right, and we have some of those, some of those, some of those, some sugar cane, and anything else for right now? Probably not right now. Oh, ferns. Just some of those. Again, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this, but at least I can get a little bit of a start. I do want to add some leaves too, like little bushes around the lake as well. But I might wait for the cabin before I do that, because I think that might be, it might kind of force my hand in certain directions. Let's start doing this the manual way. So my rule here is closer to the rock is where I do the too tall. That kind of looks like that unkempt, like someone needs to take an edger around, you know, look. And I just think that looks the most realistic. But first, just like any other thing that I'm doing, first I'll do a layer of primarily just grass, and then I'll go through again and add the what do you call it, the ferns and bushes and all that stuff. And do not accidentally place the bone meal on on the pale moss, or else you'll regret it. Unless you want that look. It's basically, you know, it'll take over everything. Yep. We're looking good over here. I'm not super particular about everything. I just kind of randomly place it and then go back and try again until I get the look I want. But that's already looking pretty good. I think the reeds would probably fit pretty well over here. Yeah, that looks pretty good, pretty believable. I'll let those grow up and then I'll go back and then trim them down, put string on them and stuff like that. Just give it a little bit more variance. Well, what am I doing? This one. All right. Okay, over here. I have not really touched it all. Wow, 3 poppies. And a little out of hand here in Minecraft. Dead area right there. And right over here. Alright, that should be pretty good for the grass. Now I'll go back through. I'm going to add some bushes and ferns. Oop, did not mean to go that far with it, but that's fine. know people are complaining about this. It's like one of the blocks that Mojang added and it never gets used, and they're talking about the bush. It's like, man, I use this thing all the time. I mean, I know it's not like drastically different than other grass kind of blocks in the game, but just that little bit of variety matters. And then just very sparingly with the firefly bushes. I agree with B-dubs when these things first came out. He complained that their animation is all uniform, and I do agree with him. Like if you have like that in a row, all the flickers are exactly the same, so it's almost like a computer. So I do tend to only use one at a time when I do place them, and I'll place them typically in corners. And then if you place them in darker areas, that's like the golden usage, because they blend in really well and they actually activate almost all the time. There's a lot of shade. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, just a couple here and there. Nothing major. You could probably afford to do something right over here. But what would it be? Maybe just a fern. Yeah. Alright. That's good for that layer. Now let's go grab some birch leaves. Get it kind of algaeified a little bit. I think I can put this away. I already have way too many poppies from my iron farm, so I usually just take these and immediately discard them. Alright, let's grab some birch leaves, and that's probably all we're gonna have time for today. I just went nuts and just got a whole shulker full of birch leaves the other day, because I use them so often. Almost all these trees are probably 80%, 90% birch. Alright, and this, I usually just do a layer on the top. That's good over there, and then I think I'll be over here, and then very sparingly over here, because if I keep the cover as it is right now, the sun with the canopy of the trees, then it would make more sense to have them in these areas. These kind of darker, gloomy areas. Good, BGR. I am doing good. How are you doing? Thank you for joining chat. Hopefully you're no longer in a bomb shelter because of Iran. All right, yeah, like that, and then maybe a little bit on this side. These ocelots just cannot help themselves but to get stuck. Yeah, that's good. That is really, really good. Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna end up adding something along these lines. Some like foliage, bushify it, as I tend to do, but again, I think I'm gonna build a cabin before I do that. Let's do this to break this straight edge a little bit too. Yeah, there we go. That fixes that issue. I didn't like how straight that was right there. All right. All right. I think we are golden for right now. Thank everybody. Oh, there we go. Thank you all for joining the stream and helping me make this design choice, because I was kind of stuck, and you guys really kind of came in and had some really good suggestions, especially this rock that I'm standing on right now. That was a perfect suggestion. So again, thank you so much for attending the stream. Thank you for chatting. And, you know, I'm on Randy Bishop Games on YouTube and Twitch. So by all means, in the meantime, if you want more of my content, hey, it's all there. This VOD will be up by tomorrow, but I also have tons of videos and episodes all focused on the building of all of this around us. So if you're interested in that, you know, take a gander. There's plenty of it. So that's it. Without further ado, I will see you next week, same time, same place. Catch you later.